It's your boy Rodney Perry. I'm bringing you an evolutionary experience. Hey, it's game changer.
Hi, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially, well, I don't even say especially if you're new. I appreciate everybody, whether you're returning or you're new. Thank you so much for clicking play because you didn't have to. So, I typically, for the folks that are new to me, I talk about handbags, usually with a pre-owned twist, but not always. And then lifestyle just covers anything under the umbrella that has nothing to do with handbags that I want to talk about, which is the reason for this video today. So as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite Amazon car finds. So this is going to be basically things for your car related, that I found on Amazon. So what's inspired this video is my car died on me early December of last year and threw me back into the car market. So because of that, you know how you feel when you get a new car, whether it's used or new, you want to keep it beautiful, pristine, clean. And so there's some lessons that I learned just with my other car, not like it was my first car or anything like that, but just some things that I wanted to do to keep the maintenance of my car up and things that just make my life easier when I'm driving around. So, and I'll throw it in a little bit here as we get to it. So first item up, which I have, I think 5 if I remember correctly. So I have 4 things that I'm going to talk about right now that I think are great options. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get into it. So first item up is going to be cup coasters. So you're probably thinking, what? Are you serious? So the reason I wanted to look into these is because my husband drives my car and he likes to carry around change. My biggest pet peeve is do not stick change in the cup holder. Hit the thumbs up, comment down below if you are the same way. I know I'm not the only one out there that is anal about this because my mom is the same way too. But basically what I'm describing there is, okay, so you have the change in your cup holder. And then if you have people who will like use cup holders for what they're for, which is to put cups in them that have drink in them, not for change, you end up with the condensation from the cup that end up dripping into the cup holder. And then if you have change, what ends up happening is with that nasty, dirty griminess that's on the change ends up becoming this nasty soup, right? And then you have the change that starts sticking together and sticking to the cup holder and it becomes this disgusting mess. And that is why I do not like change in my cup holder. So for that reason, in addition to just like being able to keep your cup holders clean, I decided to get coasters. So I got this pack of, I'm trying to read here how many it says, and I want to say it was a pack of, let me see, I got 4 in here. So actually it was a pack of 6. So I'm only using 2 because I just use them in the 2 cup holders that are at the console. But cars also have, and especially newer cars, have spots within the doors that you can actually put a cup. So you could use these in those spots. I just don't. So the nice thing is that you have enough that comes in a pack. It's rather inexpensive for the amount that you get to use them elsewhere in your car, but I only needed 2. So when I get tired of the patterns, I'll just switch them out. So this is the pattern. So it's just these multiple different, and I'll show you like 2 of them so you can see an example. So like they're all different patterns. I thought they were very cute. On this back end here, it has like the cork, which makes it nice. And it also, if you notice, it looks like a little Pac-Man a little bit here. So you see that little lip. So it makes it easier for you to pull it in and out of your cup holder. So that way, what I do from periodically is just wipe this down, wipe the bottom of the cup holder down, because it's not going to help avoid dirt and all that stuff 100%, but it makes it easier to clean and maintain it. So I like how you can easily just remove it, wipe this off, wipe the cup holder off, and then put this back inside. So varying prints. So I got this one. And another one that I saw was like, I'm not really a beachy photo type of person, but I do try to practice visual imagery when I am meditating and taking time for myself to try to decompress stress, like give my brain a break. And I can see how those could be very helpful, because can you imagine if you just like drop the kids off, or you're on the way to work, or you're coming from work or on a lunch break or whatever, and you just need a second to decompress. And so you see that beautiful beach scene, and you can look down at your cup holder and think, woosah. Okay, and then get to it and, you know, get yourself back in the game. So I feel like get your favorite photo, whatever that is, or something that makes you happy, which I like these little different patterns that makes me happy. And it could be a nice little quick visual imagery practice for you. All right, so next up is going to be, and before I move forward, as always, especially if you're new to this channel, links will be down below. So you can find those items if you want to jump out there and get them through the links in the description box. The next item is going to be car bag hooks, or whatever you want to classify them as. So I'm a handbag girl, right? So I have to have somewhere to hook bags and things like that. So especially if you're a person where you have kids, or you just have a lot of times people riding in your car with you, and you want to be able to, people need to sit on the seats. So that means your bags can't sit on the seats, right? But you want to protect it and make sure it looks good. So you don't want it in the trunk. So these can be helpful for that reason. So these are great hooks that you just hook onto the metal portion of the headrest. So you have that adjustable headrest that you can hook this onto like that. And then you have the hook here where you can just like hang an item, and it can tag along on the back seat. So the thing that I can think about immediately is, let's say you have butts in the seats and you have nowhere to put your tote bag. Well, you can hook this on the opposite side on the passenger seat on the front, and then have one hook off. I'm sorry, not one hook, but basically one bag strap off. So that way it leaves your tote bag open. So that way if there's something that you need to grab onto, you can get to it a lot easier from the driver's seat. These could also be used for book bags or other type of things that you don't want people's feet trampling on. You need to protect it for whatever reason. You need it away from reach or to fall down or anything like that. These are always great for that. And I think these are a good option to go with. Definitely think about some car hooks. I dropped that. All right. So the next two is, my husband is using my car right now, so I cannot show you, but I will throw up a photo of the next two. So next two are going to be more so related to seat maintenance. So that thing that I was actually going to mention earlier, which is now, is going to be protecting your seats. So my previous car was leather. My car had leather seats and they were black. So it made it easier to maintain them, especially because of the leather material, but also the color. My seats now are cloth and they are tan, which my biggest fear is people who have dark jeans on. When you're getting in and out of the car, usually you're scooting and sliding, increases friction, increases the chances of dye from your pants rubbing onto the seats. And that's what I wanted to avoid. So instead of getting a full car seat cover, I just got something to protect the seat area, so the bottom part where your butt sits. I got that I got something to protect those. So you'll see a photo by now of the quilted pattern that I chose. So it's PVC or PU, I think is actually what it is. It's actually PU. So it looks like it's leather. When you touch it, you know that it's not. But it still has a nice, clean, elegant look to it. And I like that it blends in. I picked black, so that's going to help, you know, reduce the risk of juice, like water, or, you know, stains from people's jeans, like the dye from their jeans staining my seats. And so I thought those are great options. I will say that the way that you stick it into the car, there's like this round disc, and you stick it in between, basically like if this was the back of the seat and then this was the bottom of the seat, you have that part where these are two pieces coming together. So there's a little segment where you can actually, a small gap, I guess is what you can classify it as, and you can just like push the little disc through. And so the idea is that the round disc is then sitting like this. So if this is the round disc, you have the seat. So as it's being pulled forward, as people are getting in and out the car, the seat cover remains in place because the round disc is keeping it from pulling it all the way out. I will say that depending on whoever's getting in and out your car, I don't know how he does this, but when we're riding together, I'm driving and he's on the passenger side. The way he gets in and out the car, it still pulls it up. But I don't have that trouble when I'm on my side. And then we don't usually have people riding the back. So those stay stationary. So just wanted to say that. So depending on whoever you have riding your car, it is possible that they could pull it in and out. So we usually have to adjust it frequently, but it's not a major deal. So wanted to mention it just in case that is important or a factor for you and you want to look for something else that will help keep it in place a little bit better than this item. Now, segueing into it, I also, for my handbag lovers, which is probably why you're here, but if not, I am very protective of my handbags. And so a lot of times if my husband's riding with me and he's on the passenger side, that means my purse has to go in the back seat. Well, then it becomes this, I don't know, just this big hassle, because wherever I stick my purse, if I need to ask him to grab it, then he has to do gymnastics to basically, I'm exaggerating, but anyway, he has to do gymnastics to like grab my purse from the back seat and all of that goes with it. He doesn't even want to touch it because it's a purse, whatever. So I found this item that matches similar pattern to my seats. It's a quilted pattern, so you should see it by now. It's basically like a basket for your handbag. Now, obviously, if you're carrying a larger item, a larger purse, a tote, or something like that, it will not fit in here. But this item is perfect for most of the bags that I carry. So the nice thing is this item sits in between the passenger and the driver's seat. It hooks onto both, and then you connect it actually through the console, so that liftable console in the middle. You hook it there, so that way it latches on the side like this, and then it's securing itself at the bottom at the third point, kind of like a T, basically, at the console, right? So with that, it has this little hanging basket, and I can stick my purse there. That way, if I need to grab something, I don't even have to ask him to grab it because my purse is sitting there. Obviously, if I'm driving and I need to get my chapstick out, I need him to reach for it, but he's less aggravated that he has to go grab it from the back seat because it's sitting right here conveniently next to me, and it makes it easy because I've had times where if you have a purse that like moves around and you're trying to be very protective of it, or maybe in your passenger seat you're carrying around food. Look, my bags cost too much for that. It cannot be sitting on the same seat as food. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. So the perfect thing is this purse basket where my purse lives, and then I can have whatever I need to sitting in the passenger seat, and my purse is not falling over, or I don't have to worry about it rubbing on things, or being protective in that way, because that's a specific spot that nothing else goes in for my bag, and I don't have to worry about it getting stained, marked up, or anything of that nature. So definitely consider one of those too. So let me know if any of these are interesting to you, if you're considering buying any of them. If there are other cool car items that I haven't talked about, throw those in the comments down below. I would love to see your thoughts. Thank you so much for spending a little portion of your day with me, because you didn't have to. And I thank you so much for doing so. I will talk to you again soon.